Hey, it's Player BN!
Hey everyone, welcome back to Storyteller. Alright, we are on the last chapter of this book, chapter 13, novels. We got The Mad Husband, we got Mini Hamlet, we got Loose Ends, and then we got Love Revolution. Alright, I think this is going to be a pretty quick video here, hopefully, unless I make many mistakes like I've done in my previous videos. But yeah, let's get to it. Chapter 13.1, The Mad Husband. Edgar murders his wife. Gosh dang it, Edgar. He was rejected so many times in the beginning chapters that he has gone mad. This poor guy. His little mustache got the best of him. Alright, so we got the wedding, we got poison, we got wine, and we got seance, okay? Now the question is, why does Edgar decide to murder his wife? It's because Isabel comes back probably from the dead and tells Edgar that, something bad happened, and Edgar decides to kill Lenora, is what I'm guessing here. Let's see here. So let's start off with, Edgar marries his lovely wife, Lenora. But, Isabel wants a little bit of, Lenora here. Or no, not Lenora, Edgar here. But Edgar's like, I'm in love with Lenora, Isabel. So what happens is that Isabel comes and decides to poison Lenora. Also, I just realized this is the first 8-panel story that we've come to. Alright, so she gives the poisoned wine to Lenora. But hold on a second. Why would Edgar want to kill? Oh, right. Because Lenora comes back from the dead and tells him that Isabel killed her when Edgar already married Isabel. Okay, I got it. This story, simple. Poor Lenora dies here from drinking very neon green water. Edgar is brokenhearted, but he decides to, marry Isabel. But then Edgar decides to go into this creepy seance room, and Lenora comes back from the dead and tells him that Isabel got a little jealous and poisoned her with some poisoning. So then he decides to poison Isabel, and Isabel dies. Even though the drink that she drank from looked exactly like the poison that she gave Lenora. So, everyone, they all think differently, alright? But we got the story. So let's move on to the next one. Chapter 13.2, Mini Hamlet. Sounds like a sandwich. Alright, Tiny murders uncle to avenge his father. Okay, so we got a lot of characters in this chapter. We got a new one. We got a little Bluey here. Little Bluey, little Greeny, little Peachy, little Gray. They all look the same, which always confuses me when I'm trying to remember what their names are. Alright, so seems to be that Tiny here is going to be killing his uncle to avenge his father. So there's going to be a lot of family tree business going on here. Which always confuses me because I think in the previous chapter, if I remember correctly, there's a time when this said, I am your brother. Is that right? But the thing is, in this case, we are only given I am your parent. So I gotta make it so that there is an uncle in this story. And Tiny here decides to kill his uncle. So we know that the cliff is gonna be a part in the story here. We know that, we know the seance is gonna occur, because that's how the dead tells the living how they died. So yeah, and then probably some family tree stuff here, and a wedding, someone is angry because of the wedding, and then, they push him off the cliff, and then the seance happens, and then that person, Tiny, kills the uncle. So I kind of understand how this goes, because that's pretty repetitive of the previous chapters. But now I gotta figure out how to get Tiny to have an uncle with only the family tree tiles here. So let's make Haiti the uncle, of course. So what is gonna happen here is that, so we got a new character. We got Bluey here. And Peachy is going to marry someone here to have Tiny, and then Tiny's gonna have Haiti as his uncle. So I guess what that means is that there needs to be two brothers first. I guess I will make Bluey here the dad. Here you go. Bluey, you have two beautiful sons. You got Greenie and you got Haiti. But Haiti, he's not such a good dude. And because of that, so now they're brothers. That means that, let's say Greenie is the father of Tiny here. Okay, so now we established that Haiti is now the uncle of Tiny, and Greenie is the father of Tiny. So what's gonna happen next is Greenie, the good father, is gonna marry Peachy here. But Haiti wanted some of Peachy, but he ain't getting none of that peach. And so she rejects him, he gets angry, so he kills poor Greenie. And then Greenie here comes from the dead and tells his son, Tiny, you know, your Uncle Haiti killed me. And then I guess Haiti gets pushed off by Tiny. There we go. This is our mini Hamlet sandwich of a story. Yeah, I think the hardest part was figuring out this, because this is pretty repetitive of the previous chapters, but it's the family tree stuff that always gets me. Alright, chapter 13.3, Loose End. Oh dear. A duke shoots detective to avoid prison. Dang. These people are always shooting everyone. Okay, we got the duke, we got the duchess, the detective, and the king. So the duke here is gonna shoot the detective to avoid prison, which means the duke probably did something bad, right? So let's make the duke grab his gun. I'm guessing he doesn't. Did he want to kill the king? Is that what happens? Or did he want to kill his own wife? No. But why does he avoid, or how, what causes him to get angry? Oh, is it because someone touches his gun? So maybe what happens is that the king, oh, okay, the king is afraid of the gun, never mind. And the duchess doesn't want anything about the gun. So what happens here? How do we get it so that the duke does something bad? But someone, so the detective is spying on the king, but I don't really understand how the king and the duke, you know, get to trouble. Oh, unless the king is playing around with his wife, the Duchess here. Okay. So let's do that. We have the king in here, or the duke in here, and he sees the king flirting it up with the Duchess, and he gets a little angry, and the Duchess is like, this man, or sorry, she's like, this man with the beard is pretty darn handsome. So what happens is the duke gets his gun, and I guess the witness has to be the detective, and the duke shoots the king, and the detective is like, holy smokes. But how? Oh, wait. Does the detective tell the Duchess? And she's like, oh my gosh. And so the Duchess tells the Duke? Oh no, she just Dang, Duke. He just shoots his own wife. Doesn't even ask for an explanation. Dang, that ain't right. But why would he just shoot the detective? Because he would just get captured. Unless the Duchess is the one who sees this. She tells the detective about the shooting. And no, that still doesn't occur. So how? So somehow the Duke needs to learn that the detective knows he's bad. So I'm guessing, yeah, that ain't right. Unless, wait, unless he puts the gun back and the detective realizes that it's him? No, but that doesn't work though, because how the Duke would need to re-grab the gun again. So maybe we don't actually need a witness here. Puts the gun back, he sees it. But he's gonna arrest the Duke though. But we have to use the witness. Oh, the witness was used here. So I definitely know these top 4 are right. Now, I don't think he returns his gun here. And I feel like someone had to see him shoot the king. But the Duke shoots the detective, though. So someone had to tell... Someone had to tell the Duke that the detective knows. And it might, but the thing is, if the detective learns that it was the Duke, then the panel is going to automatically go to the detective capturing the Duke, and that's not what we want. So, what happens? How do we get the Duke to just shoot the detective, though? Because, maybe... Oh, okay, I see. Maybe what happens is that the Duke goes back and peeks out and sees that they're talking with each other. And then that's when he goes and he shoots the king here. But what must happen in here is that yes, the Duchess has to be the one who sees... Oh, wrong one. The Duchess is the one who sees the shooting. So it is the king sees that there's something going on with the king and the Duchess. He grabs his gun. The Duchess is somehow peeking out of that painting again. Sees that sees that the Duke shoots the king. Now, the Duke is in the watching room. Sees that the Duchess told the detective everything, so he kills the detective to avoid getting in jail. All right, well, that was interesting, but the Duchess is still alive though, so what's gonna happen there? Oh well, that's a different chapter. All right, everyone, are you all ready for the last chapter of this entire series? We got 13.4, Love Revolution. Let's get to it. All right. The knight and maid murder the monarchs and have an affair. Dang, so much murder, so many affairs. Man, these stories are messed up. Okay, so we know that 2 cliffs are going to be used here, because somehow the king and the queen are going to get killed by the knight and the maid. And then we definitely know that the last panel here is going to be the knight and the maid getting together. So now I guess we have to figure out why do the king and the queen die here. So we definitely know there has to be an affair going on. And we have a kidnap stage here, which means that someone's going to get kidnapped, get angry, and then tell the other person. So, and then the other person, or I guess the person who saves the cage person will be the one killing the person off the cliff, right? And we know that the person on the cliff that pushes them has to be either the knight or the maid. So I'm guessing, kind of thinking about the previous chapter here, that the queen spies the king, who's who's thinking about both the queen and the maid. She sees them, flirting with each other, giving each other some flowers here. So she decides to kidnap the maid. And I think in previous chapters, when the king rescues the maid, he executes the queen for that. But the thing is, if I tell the king to rescue her, the king's gonna be the one who pushes her off the cliff, which we know isn't right because it's the knight and the maid who murder the monarch. So we get that wrong. It must be the knight? Yes, the knight tells the maid, yo. No. The maid tells the knight, yo, the queen kidnapped me. So the knight goes and kills the queen. Or doesn't. Then why is the queen so angry? Okay, that's not right. Oh, or is it... Did I get this right? The king tells this? The king doesn't... Yeah, the king can't be the one who pushes off the queen, but can the maid push off the queen? Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. She's very angry that she was kidnapped. But how does the king get murdered then? Somehow the knight has to kill the king. Unless who gets kidnapped then? The maid again? No, that's not right. Okay, I think this is right. They have an affair, the queen traps the maid is freed, tells the king that it was the queen who trapped her, and then the maid pushes her off. But now I gotta get it, so that somehow the king is pushed off by the knight, and then that's how these two get together here. But something goes on in these two, which I'm guessing are both kidnap stages here. Yes. So perhaps does the king get kidnapped? Or does the king kidnap the maid? I already did that. The king kidnapped the knight? Nope. The queen's already dead though, so... Unless I did that too early. Oh, maybe the king hears that and captures the queen? Okay. Captures the queen. He's very angry that the maid, or she captured the maid here. But then the knight saves the queen. Oh, okay, here we go now. So, there we go. So we got the knight to push off the king here. And then all we need to do now is get the queen to get pushed off by the maid. So there we go. That's the story. All right, let me retell it from the beginning, everyone. So the queen sees her hubby, getting a little friendly with the maid here. So she traps the maid. The king is like, no one is getting kidnapped over jealousy. and he hears it from the maid that his own queen kidnapped her. So the king does exactly what she did, but captures the queen instead. And his heart has fallen for the maid. But then a knight suddenly appears and goes, "Queen, who the heck captured you?" And she's like, "The king, my husband did." And so then, you know, he pushes off the king, and the maid finds the queen and pushes her off. And then somehow, because everyone else is dead, the knight and the maid are like, "Okay, I guess we're the only two left in the story, so I guess we just gotta get together." And that's the story of murder and love. All great stuff. All right. And what's the ceremony? Do I click it? Or do I put it right here? Oh, yeah. Oh. Sweet. I got the crown. Haha. My head's moving around. Gotta show off my crown here. Nice. Epilogue. Marvelous! Throughout these pages, you created tales of love, ambition, intrigue, and vengeance. You have proven yourself worthy of the crown and the title of Storyteller. Now it's time to close this book, ponder about the possibilities of the future, and go fill the pages of your own story. Sweet. Okay, I guess that's it. Oh, nice! I like the little library of Babel, little, like, what is it, this little checklist here when you check out books. Man, this is so long time ago. Now everything's all online. But dang, that was a fun game. A lot of the chapters were a little bit tricky because I didn't fully think about what characters were already preset of who they liked and who they hated. And some of the titles were a little bit vague. But then again, there's two titles. It's usually the titles on the chapter page and then the title of the actual puzzle. Usually those kind of clue you in on, you know, what the story needs to be. And I kind of forget about those things when I play the game. But yeah, it was overall pretty darn fun. The puzzles were good. Definitely can tell why people say it's a little short. I know there's a lot of people out there that beat it way faster than I did. But that's okay. I had fun of it in my own way. And I think, honestly, it's a good length for a game. I know it was more on the shorter side for games, but I think I'm good finishing these puzzles and you know, closing the book here. But overall, it was a pretty darn fun experience. Thank you everyone so much for, you know, going through the chapters with me, having a lot of patience with me when I'm just rambling on about trying to figure out what the heck the puzzle's trying to get at. But thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you all in the next adventure. Until then, bye everyone!